Well, hey, good morning, everybody. Hey, it's about 7:45 on New Year's Eve morning, so it's December 3rd, 31st, 2024. So, hey, let me be the first to say, hey, Happy New Year's, everybody. Um, People starting to reach out to me saying, hey, it's kind of quiet. What's going on? And I echo that. So, hey, I do what I do every morning. I'm up bright and early, 4 a.m., a couple hours of research, try to figure out what news items are going to be relevant topics to talk about today. And try to prepare a couple pieces of material so that you've got a couple videos, kind of where my head's at today, before my live podcast. So, by the way, my name is Jared, and every single day I host a live podcast where we talk news and politics from the left. And so I think the quiet along that train of thought, quiet, is we still haven't seen the Jack Smith findings. Was supposed to be released, and we were told yesterday, and it didn't feel like it came out. Also want to point out that on the 29th, there's a video. There's this user, Penguin Guy, yawn, in Washington, D.C., and he's great. He walks around the Capitol all the time, and he noticed they put up riot fences outside of the U.S. Capitol. 3+ weeks ahead of the inauguration that typically happens at the U.S. Capitol. I feel like it's a little early, and that's a little bit of a tell that something's going to happen at the U.S. Capitol that people might be riotous over. Because again, there's like a airspace or fencing permitted there till the 19th. So it's like, why is that fencing there now? That seems relevant, and nobody's really talking about why is there fencing there now when you should put that in closer to the inauguration, right? If it's the if we're worried about the what? So here we are, like a week before certification, right? A week before the selection of the new Speaker of the House, right on the 3rd, right? So you've got some things going on here in the next week, right? But riot fencing? Okay, that makes sense. So there's no Jack Smith report. There's riot fencing up at the U.S. Capitol. I think, on the one hand, people are like, why isn't the Jack Smith report being released? The media lied to us again. No. One of the things that I read about the report coming out of Jack Smith is that it was incriminating. And so if you're wondering why didn't that come out, here's your fucking answer. And then why is there riot fencing outside the Capitol already? And then Donald Trump kind of broke his silence, and in my eyes, he's been cracking. If you think about the Christmas debacle, I made a big deal out of the fact he put out like a 2-panel side-by-side shenanigans on Christmas, and I was like, he's losing it. But this post, okay? We are the party of common sense, a primary reason that we won in a landslide the magnificent and historic presidential election of 2024, all 7 swing states, 312 electoral college votes, and the popular vote by millions of voters. Despite large-scale voter fraud taking place in numerous states, including California, where votes are ridiculously still being counted or under review. All won with ease, calm, and professionalism. Republicans are being praised for having run a legendary campaign. Democrats are being excoriated for their effort, having wasted $2.5 billion, much of it unaccounted for, with some being used to illegally buy endorsements. I'm not even going to bother to find the other half of that. One of the things that we've learned with these yahoos is that every accusation's a confession. Every part of that feels like a lie to me. Okay? And so again, No new friends in terms of what's going on. And again, I'm steady clicking through world news, politics, and then we've got our little subreddit "Something Is Wrong" 2024 for those of us that think something's wrong with the U.S. election here in 2024. And this isn't me saying there's no news. No news is news. Lights ought to be going off, right? Where you got to be going, wait a minute, what's going on here? There's no news. There's nothing for me to tell you. But I think it silences everything. I think Jack Smith's purport not coming out when it said it was going to come out, that tells me somebody wanted to take a look at that before you let that go to the public there, Jack. I'm sure somebody wanted to see it. Somebody has review of that. Was why we haven't seen it. And then again, like I said, I keep repeating myself, but it's like, hey, the fencing outside the Capitol now at this point is wild. It's early. And I think more people needed to know that. That, like, hey, there's fencing outside the U.S. Capitol now, riot fencing. It's fucking crazy. But I think that's real early. That's not inauguration fencing there, homie. And then Donald Trump's losing his fucking mind. So this feels like the calm before the storm. That's really the crux of this video. Have a happy new year. And I'll be live later this morning. I have a daily live podcast where 90-minute episode real fast. We talk about news and politics from the left. We would be honored if you would join us. Have a good rest of your day. Oh, we're still recording, Jared.